I'm back this week with a new background too. It's time for WGS-TV Reviews Monday Night Raw for the week of February 19th, 2018. Hey YouTube, are you ready for your hot tag? Because if you are, it's definitely time to work.
This is the franchise Shane Douglas telling you want to load down the best in professional wrestling. You gotta look right here at WGS-TV. Ooh, yeah!
Guys, I'm the Wrestle Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. Sorry for not posting any wrestling videos last week, guys. It was Mardi Gras. It's the only excuse I could come up with. Anyway, going into the show, hearing about the Gauntlet match with the men's Elimination Chamber match participants intrigued me, but apparently what really caused an uproar on social media yesterday is when it was announced that Jeff Jarrett will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail over the matter, considering that this video is supposed to be the Raw review, but if you guys want me to talk about it on WGS-TV Talks, I will. Just let me know in the comment section below. But for now, let's talk about Raw. Raw kicked off with a gauntlet match featuring all the participants for the men's Elimination Chamber match. As in the first match, it was Roman Reigns taking on his Shield brethren in Seth Rollins, and as usual, the crowd was in Rollins' corner, not just because he was the face, but also crowds just don't like Roman Reigns unless he's part of the Shield. Now, match content was really good. Rollins initially being able to counter Reigns' signature Superman punch at first, but Reigns was able to connect, but it wasn't enough to keep Rollins down, as the finish of the match was Rollins rolling up Reigns for the win. Personal opinion, nice opening to the Gauntlet match. I gotta go 3.25 out of 5. The next opponent in the Gauntlet match was John Cena, and you want to talk about blowing everyone's socks off in the first hour of the show. They accomplished just that with this match. From the way it appeared, Cena was playing up to Rollins being fatigued because he tried a few times to toss out Rollins, banking on him being too fatigued to get back into the ring, but Rollins made it every time. For Rollins to be able to pull off Cena's roll through and then pick up into the attitude adjustment was executed wonderfully, and overall they brought the crowd into it from the pops they got throughout the match, and it was obvious that the crowd was backing Rollins at this point. What really amped everything up were the false finishes, like with the attitude adjustments from both men, Cena locking on the STF, and Rollins with the crossface. But the finish of the match was Rollins hitting the curb stomp on Cena to pick up the win. Personal opinion, so far at this point in the show, WWE entertained me and the audience. The question now became, would they be able to keep it up? Right now, the score for that part was 3.5 out of 5. The next opponent in the Gauntlet match was Elias, who quickly took advantage of a fatigued Seth Rollins, who at this point had been in the Gauntlet match for over an hour. Elias's ribs were taped up due to what happened last week with Braun Strowman hitting a bass cello, not a bass guitar, Michael Cole. He misspoke that on commentary last night. It wouldn't be long before Elias would hit the drift away on Rollins to eliminate him from the Gauntlet match. Personal opinion, Rollins earned the applause and the adulation he got from the crowd for his performance. Even if you're not a fan of Rollins, you have to respect the performance he gave last night. 3 out of 5. The next opponent in the Gauntlet match was Finn Balor, and this too was a good match considering the circumstances of said match. And just like with Rollins, Elias also stepped up his game too, but it appears getting into the latter part of the Gauntlet match, you can tell that they were wrapping it up quicker than they did with the first two. The first two matches went over an hour, so I guess it's safe to assume that they had to wrap up the Gauntlet match by the end of the second hour. Really not much to talk about, but that doesn't mean that the match was bad in of itself, as the finish of the match was Balor hitting the Coupe de Gras on Elias to pick up the win. Personal opinion, nice match. That's all I can say. 3.15 out of 5. The next opponent in the Gauntlet match was Miz, who resorted to his usual trickery using the Miztourage to distract Balor, allowing Miz to attack Balor from behind to gain the advantage, and Miz would utilize Miztourage throughout the entire match, providing distractions and doing what they can to help give Miz the advantage, and would ultimately play a role in the finish of the match. Curtis Axel yanked on the arm of Balor, and the left arm, which was worked on not only by Miz, but by Elias in the previous match, was also a weak focal point for Balor going into this Gauntlet match. He yanked on the arm of Balor behind the referee's back, which left him open to Miz hitting the skull-crushing finale on Balor to pick up the win. Personal opinion, considering who the last person in the Gauntlet match was, I wasn't surprised to see Miz go over on Balor here. It was still an enjoyable match. The final opponent in the Gauntlet match was Braun Strowman, and as you guys can see right here on this still, Miz gave the best reaction to it ever, even before coming out when the realization set in that it was Braun Strowman waiting for him. Miz would attempt to flee from the match, but was caught by Strowman and brought back to the ring, basically kicking and screaming in a sense. Strowman would dominate in his true Strowman style, as the finish of the match, as always, would be Braun Strowman hitting the running Powerslam on Miz. You guys can see that amazing dropkick right there by Strowman. And there's the Powerslam for the win. Personal opinion, Strowman continues to get better and better and more over with the crowd with every passing week. Even his catchphrase of getting these hands is getting supremely over with the crowd as well. And oh yeah, Strowman played up to the crowd and Powerslammed not only the Miz, but the Miztourage as well. 3.15 out of 5. Up next, Renee Young was interviewing Asuka about her upcoming match with Nia Jax, and as expected, she would have a little bit of trouble articulating her response, given that English is not her first language, but I'm willing to give her a pass for obvious reasons. If you've been following my channel, you should know that by now. But for the people who are new here, I consider Asuka to be my waifu. I.e., I have the yellow fever, as in I think Asian girls are hot, and I find Asuka to be extremely hot. But she wouldn't say the same thing about me, but that's not what this video or this channel is all about. Nia Jax would attempt to get the jump on Asuka, but the Empress of Tomorrow was ready for her, and it wouldn't take long for Nia to get the advantage with the Samoan drop and hit 3 massive leg drops on Asuka to end the segment. Personal opinion, I wouldn't be surprised to see them work the match as Asuka's having some sort of neck issue or injury, just to give her a bigger obstacle to overcome this Sunday. But still, I enjoyed any match or segment that has Asuka in it for obvious reasons. 3.35 out of 5. Up next, for the umpteenth time, it was Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil taking on the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, in a non-title match. Just when you thought that this angle was over, they would give a more legit tag team a push towards the titles. WWE pushes reset on this one. Now, I can think of one reason why WWE would want to push Titus worldwide, considering what month this is, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them get a title match this Sunday at Elimination Chamber due to what happened last night, as the finish of the match was Apollo getting the roll-up on Cesaro to pick up the win for Titus worldwide. Personal opinion, aren't there more legitimate tag teams WWE could be pushing right now, like Gallows and Anderson? What about the Revival? And, just who is there in the Raw Tag Team division? Can't use the Hardys because Matt's woken and feuding with Wyatt, and Jeff's out with a shoulder injury. Anyway, an okay match for what it was, 3 out of 5. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy would have yet another one of their vignette back and forth, and to be honest, I can only assume it had something to do with their match coming up at Elimination Chamber. If anyone can translate, I would be most gracious. But anyway, up next, it was a 6-woman tag team match featuring the participants of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, as it was Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Bayley taking on Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville of Absolution. Now, with this being the main event match of the go-home show this week, some people were probably expecting more, but I believe it did what it needed to do in a sense, especially what they've been doing, building the Women's Elimination Chamber match, such as the rift happening between Banks and Bayley, and the supposed new alliance of Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Now, during the match, the rift wasn't present between them, but Corey Graves on commentary continued to make mention of Banks being a spotlight hog and stabbing people in the back. So in a sense, it was there, but not visually in the match. I hope that kind of makes sense, if you know what I'm saying. Banks would be involved in the finish of the match, as it was Banks locking on the Banks statement on Alexa to pick up the win for her team. Personal opinion, like I said earlier, this match did what it needed to do. Even with the post-match beatdowns of Banks and Bayley at first, and then Mickey making the save for Alexa, and them, which again plays up to the angle Elias they've been building over the past several weeks. Am I looking forward to the Women's Elimination Chamber match for the Raw Women's Championship? Yeah, just as much as I was looking forward to the Women's Royal Rumble match. 3 out of 5. Time for overall score and thoughts. WWE did a fantastic job structuring their go-home show this week, with focus being on both Elimination Chamber matches, with the Gauntlet match, which was amazingly well done, and the 6-woman tag team match. And like I said earlier, I give Asuka a pass on anything, even with having trouble with her promo, because again, English is not her first language, but I do applaud her for giving it her best shot. Overall score of Raw this week gets a 3.35 out of 5, with best match of the night going to Cena versus Rollins, and weirdest segment of the night going to Wyatt versus Hardy. And I'm still trying to figure that one out. Yes, I know it was a promo for their match at Elimination Chamber, but still. Anyway, guys, that's been my thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What I want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match and or segment of Monday Night Raw? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure to put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. And if you guys want to see more wrestling talk with awesome gameplays, you know the 2 ways you got to do it. You got to leg drop the subscribe button and ring the bell to turn on notifications. So that way you guys will never miss out on another video right here on my channel. So with that being said, I'm your friendly neighborhood wrestling gamer, reminding all of you guys out there to stay awesome. Bye, guys!